Hey girl, so sorry I didn't send this video to you when I said I would. I really apologize. I think my work day and my home stuff got just at the forefront of my mind, so I do apologize for not sending it. Okay, so I wanted to tell you more about the business and like how I'm using it in conjunction with like ministry and what my vision is. So, okay, so the business is Mon8. It is a vegan, very clean hair care and skincare company. They're mostly known for their hair care. There's so much that happens with the hair over time, especially if you're using products that can like cause buildup in your follicles, which can actually depress the amount of hair that is produced, which is why women have like hair loss or hair thinning, and that's usually because their follicles are plugged up. So we have a pilot product that is like our OG product. It's called Rejuvenique Oil, and that Rejuvenique Oil, when you like do oil treatments, you're actually treating the scalp first and primarily, so that your hair can grow in the most optimal environment possible, which will yield the best hair, right? It's like when you manage the soil well and you have good nutritious soil, you're gonna yield good nutritious fruit, okay? So the reason why I like this company and this line, one is I have seen the proof in my own hair. My hair, even just a few months ago, I didn't know how bad my hair was, but I washed for the first time and immediately saw a difference and felt the difference. My hair felt fuller, it looked fuller, it had a bounce to it and a volume to it that I just haven't seen in years. When I would curl it, it would just like spring right back. Like it was so alive and had so much movement. And so anyways, why all that even matters, I do hair and makeup for weddings too. Beauty is like my thing, and I think the reason why it's such a prominent like pillar in my life is because I think beauty is, well, I know that beauty is how God expresses his glory, right? I read this book when I was like just out of high school, and it's called Captivating. I don't know if you've read it, but in the beginning, the author is talking about how God created everything in a order, and the last thing he made was woman. And the author explains it like the creation of woman made like the fullest expression of God's glory through her beauty. And it was captivating. And I feel like for me, makeup and hair and fashion, even, all of that is an art. It's an art form. And when you express yourself through that art form, you can be giving glory to God in that way. And for me, I see so many women who are completely out of touch with the fact that they are beautiful and that God created them beautifully. And so when I apply makeup to somebody and they see themselves, they're like, I can't believe like that's me, that's crazy. And I'm like, it's been there the whole time, right? What happens cognitively is they see this, they have this like switch in their brain where they're like, oh my gosh, I'm actually beautiful. And for real, I researched this. There is a cognitive like awakening that happens where your brain now sees you go from like point A to point B, and then it triggers this audacious belief that like, whoa, if I can go from A to B, what else am I capable of? And that is what I want to trigger in women. I want to get them going from who am I oh, I look so terrible, oh, blah, blah, blah. Like, women get so stuck in their identity and how people see them that they never move on from who they are and who they think people think they are. They never move from that place, or I won't say never, but they rarely move from that place of identity into their purpose because they're so stuck on identity. And so my goal is that I would be able to use things like hair and makeup and skincare to reach women and to breathe new life into them through these tools and help them realize their beauty and help them develop their confidence so that they can start to move in power, like in authority, in their purpose. And I specifically feel like Monat offers the best compensation plan for me to be able to do that, because people are already washing their hair. It's very, it's kind of rare that I meet people that are like, no, I don't really wash my hair, I use baking soda and vinegar, which is fine. That's not my target market then. But for the most part, people want better hair. Women want better hair. Women feel better when their hair is better. Why is it so refreshing when we get our hair cut, or when we get our hair colored, or when we curl our hair, or whatever it is? There's something magical almost that happens when our hair is like brought to life. Our souls are brought to life. And so to me, it's just something that I'm excited and passionate about. I think that you don't necessarily have to feel the same way I do about makeup and hair, but rather see it as a vehicle for reaching other women and for empowering other women in a God-given way, not like female empowerment, but like actually speaking life into them and like being a voice in their life that says you can do this. If God put this on your heart, then this is something you need to go pursue, And so I just love the idea of being that voice for women and helping them feel happy with themselves and confident with themselves, so that again they can partake in what God has actually purposed for them to do in their life. So all of that to say, that is like my vision, that is my goal, that is how I operate in this business. I am looking for women of faith to join me in that, because I think a lot of times we can kind of become so home focused, which I absolutely am. I'm personally trying to quit my full-time job so I can stay home and homeschool my kids and take care of my home. But I think that we have multi-purpose assignments throughout our life. And I think that women can encourage and inspire other women in ways that we need and that we're lacking almost. So all of that to say, I wanted to invite you into that because when I saw your profile, I was like, wow, she would be so good at this. It feels like to me like a natural extension for you. And to join, it's super pretty straightforward. You get what's called a product pack. There's different sizes of the product packs, and there's always some type of incentive. Earlier this month, the incentive was when you buy a product pack, you get $150 given to you to get more product, which is amazing. And definitely a very strategic business move. I'm not sure what the incentive is right now. I'll have to go check. But you get your products, you start using it, you start understanding the hype behind it, why it works so good. And then you just start telling other people about it. And there are so many ways you can make money in this business. And I think the money factor is huge. I would love to talk more about money with you. Because the compensation plan is very well laid out for people to really make some amazing money. My mentor, she has made over $2 million in the past 4 or 5 years, and she is a faithful Christian, and they have tithed over $250,000 to their church. right? So there's so much about this business that is more than just hair. And like a girl went on a retreat a couple months ago, powerful testimony, and her mentor baptized her at a retreat. This is a retreat for the business, not a Christian retreat, but I mean, they are Christian. And so anyways, it's just powerful stuff, and I just thought I would, you know, share that with you. Go ahead and pray about it. Let me know what other questions you have. I would love to share more. I'm a big believer in having all the data to make an educated decision for yourself. So, you know, ask away. And yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing what you think.